So what is it that you wanted to talk about today?
Well, my dad's camera and stuff. Today we are in Kyoto. One of the main things we want to do in Kyoto is go to the places that are on my dad's postcards. My dad came to Japan in 1980 and visited Tokyo and Kyoto. And when he was in Kyoto, he was, I don't know if he was given or collected a bunch of postcards. And those postcards are kind of all the famous tourist sites, not tourist sites, but I mean they're temples and you know, places of interest around Kyoto, which are tourist sites, I guess, as well. So we're going to use those today as a bit of a breadcrumb trail to go around Kyoto and see all the places that he saw whilst he was here. So the first place we're going to go is Arashiyama, the bamboo forest, which you may have seen in photos, which you will see in our photos. Oh, right. Then we're going to go to Ryōan-ji temple, which is the famous Zen garden.
And are we going to write on these postcards?
Yeah, about like what we feel and stuff. Then we're going to go to Kinkaku-ji, which is the golden temple. I think the whole outside of the temple is covered in gold leaf. Pretty baller move. Then we're going to go to the Heian shrine, which is a big gate, and the Sanjoo bridge, which is, I think, about 2 minutes walk from the hotel. Super excited. It's going to be a really fun day. We'll hire some bikes from a nearby place to, I think it's about a 30-minute cycle to the bamboo forest, which is the furthest place on the list. There is public transport, but it seems like it'll be easier because we want to go to so many places. It'll be easier to link together on a bike rather than on public transport. Just talk about this. My dad came to Japan with the Goodwill cruise. He was trying to build relations between Japanese young people and New Zealand young people. I think he flew to Tokyo and then met up with the group that you go on the cruise with and talk about life and how things are different in each other's cultures and try and find common ground. I think he was only 22 when he came on the trip, so he's pretty young. But one of the things that he bought, either whilst he was over here or before he left, was this camera. It's still in complete working order. Just put a fresh battery in it, and the light still comes on, so you know it's still working perfectly fine. It's an Olympus OM2-n, which I guess is from the mid-1970s. So it's a 28, which is quite wide, but it's a really nice lens to shoot with. The key thing is my dad died when I was 3.5, and so he died of skin cancer. So in terms of this trip, it's kind of almost following in his footsteps in a way. And having this camera particularly kind of gives me like a real connection to part of like who he was and something that was really important to him. And so visiting Japan is quite a something I've always really wanted to do. And particularly visiting Kyoto after seeing the album that he created and my mum showed me. Quite an emotional trip too. Just cycled to the Bamboo Grove, having a 7-Eleven donut. Now we're going to go fight our way in.
Top tip when visiting Arashiyama: walk to the top of the bamboo grove and turn left and up the hill, and you get an amazing view over Kyoto and over the other side of the valley.
We're inside the grove. And there's lots of people everywhere. I'm here with my intrepid travel partner.
Hi.
This is the row of the Tom and row. Not salmon row.
You can't see, but I'm rolling my eyes.
So we're going to Arashiamya. What?
We're in Arashiyama.
Ah, that's what it's called. So we're walking down to Arashiyama Bridge, which is our first postcard on the treasure trail. So we're going to write a postcard there, and then we're going to go to the next place, which was a temple, and then the next temple after that. The journey continues. Keep it locked here with Tom and Ro. Found our first stop on the treasure trove at Arashiamya Bridge. It's pretty hectic. It looks like they're doing some serious building works or flood defense or something, so not quite as tranquil as it was probably 40 years ago. So yeah, on to the next. This is us at Ryōan-ji temple. This is where the really famous rock garden is with the there's a huge Zen garden here as well, with all the gravel that's all raked really carefully and stuff. It's meant to be stunning, so better be for the 500 yen entry. Oh man, that was super calm, peaceful. Really had time to think about stuff. It was cool. And then about 400 people who'd run the Tokyo Marathon turned up. How do I know? Because they were all wearing their jackets, t-shirts, medals pretty much. So that kind of ruined the ambiance slightly. But yeah, so glad to see it. Absolutely incredible. Now we're leaving Ryōan-ji. It's about 3:30. Now we're going to the Golden Temple. See you there. This is absolutely class. There's so many people here. We've got a shot from my dad's photo album that we're going to try and emulate, which I think is about just along here. The temple itself is absolutely amazing. It's so golden. So as you can see, this is the shot we got, which is as close as we could really get to where my dad took his photo from. We think in the last 40 years the paths have got much more sophisticated. So you can see he would have stood on that rock and taken the shot over towards the Golden Temple without this tree in the foreground. It was a really emotional spot actually, even with thousands of people around. Having the same camera and having the time to reflect was really, really nice. Then afterwards we got a candle, a prayer candle, and lit a candle sort of in his memory, which is something we used to do as kids at church. So yeah, it was a really special moment. A little bit of a break between episodes. Got fairly emotional at the Golden Shrine. Now we're at the Heian Shrine. Pretty epic.
So just standing in front of the Heian shrine
It's really big and red.
with one of the postcards. It's been a pretty epic day. Certainly a mixed emotional day. So we're going to go drop off the bikes, and then there's a couple of places we can walk to from the hotel, which will be good. Definitely need to get some food as well at some point. Just at the Sanjoo Bridge. It's been a pretty epic day. We did about 35k on the bikes, just dropped them off. So we're going to try and go get some food and chill for 5 minutes.